sit kneeling, you could sit cross-legged, you could extend the legs forward. Somewhere where you can ground through the lower body, connection to the earth, and letting the upper body be light. So you lift the spine up towards the sky, opening the crown of the head towards the heavens. The palm of the hands can go down towards the thighs if you need that more earthly, grounded energy. Or if you want to receive, calling in that universal spirit, that sparkle, you can flip the palm of the hands up to the sky. And when you're ready, finding a heavy gaze, getting soft through the gaze. And then closing the eyes, turning your awareness inside. Dropping into where you are, giving the mind some time to arrive with the physical body. Maybe this is the first time today that you've really sat and paused, checking in with your inner world. And what do you automatically go into when you do find yourself in pause, when you do slow down? Is it the flow of breath? Maybe the heart pulsating in the chest. Maybe you go into the feeling of the air grazing upon the skin. Take a clearing breath together. Big inhale through the nose, filling up the full circumference of the lungs. And open the mouth, big exhale, letting it go. Landing you right here, right now. Maybe setting an intention to step into the delight, the true nature of our wholeness, of our essence, which is joy, that of peace and ease. If only for this moment. Just surrendering to the wave of breath, starting to deepen into that ujjayi. In and out of the nose with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. The breath becomes slightly audible. And when you're ready, you can begin to blink open the eyes. Staying with that intention just to be in the body, presence to breath, maybe dropping into that peace and ease, that joy, that essence. We're going to come onto all fours into a tabletop position. So find that stacking of shoulders and wrists, hips and knees. You can rock a little side to side, feel the shins, the tops of the feet, the full palm of the hands pressing into the earth. And then call that earthly energy through the body. So stabilize, hugging in the outer creases and corners. And we begin to move on an inhale, dropping the belly. Coming into cow, hug the shoulders, lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, press the earth away and round. Tuck the chin in towards the chest, dome through the upper back, lengthen the tail towards the knees. So linking breath to movement, inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart open. Exhale to press the earth away and round, curl. Good, inhaling, just back and forth, cat and cow. Exhale, toasting to these moments that we can pause, and we can feel our body. Maybe bringing more lightheartedness, playfulness, and freedom into your sphere, into this physical realm. Next exhale, rounding into that cat pose. Let's start to tuck the toes, lift and hover the knees above the earth. And a full squeeze in. You can drop the gaze between the thumbs. And then arching the spine like you're moving into that cow, start to lift the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Any movement that you need in downward facing dog, vinyasa, really feeling the back side of the body. Getting right into our flow today. Finding that equal weight between the arms and legs with the hips lifting high. Navel pulled in towards the spine, head heavy. Next inhale, we'll gaze forward, bend the knees, and then just walk the feet to the top of the mat, feet to hands. As the feet meet, inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, hug in and fold, Uttanasana, bend the knees as needed. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to wave forward, long through the spine. Exhale to fold in. 1 more, inhale, strong legs as you wave, crown from waist. Exhale to bow. Putting a little bend to knees. Inhale, we'll roll, rise. Take your time as you stack through the spine, coming all the way to stand. As you stand, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Maybe you lift up through all 10 toes. Press through the balls of the feet, the center of the heels. Feel that lift of the inner arches, riding through the inner lining of the legs. Setting all 10 toes back down, tail is turning towards the ground, and low belly in. Hold into your personal power, your self-worth. That expansion of existence, with the collarbones growing wide, crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Next inhale, we'll float the arms overhead, Ardha Hastasana, big breath. As you exhale, forward fold, bow right back down, Uttanasana. Again, bending knees as needed. Inhale, wave forward, half lift. As you exhale, plant the hands. Let's step back into plank pose, and we'll pause. So if you need in plank, you can drop onto the knees. At any point in this flow, you can press back into child's pose. Right? You could sit here for the remainder of this practice and just breathe and let that be your yoga. Right? That is enough. In your high plank, really hugging in through the forearms. Squeeze into center, magnetize front body to back body. 1 line from crown to heels. We'll take 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, dropping knees, chest, and chin to the earth like a little inchworm. Hug the elbows in. Pressing into the feet, come on to belly, offer heart, low cobra pose. Hug in through the back side. Exhale to bow. Tucking the toes, make your way back into downward facing dog. You can press up, passing through plank. Good. Lifting the hips high, 3 full rounds of breath. A moment to reset, to reconnect, back into that intention of joy, bringing play and lightheartedness into our practice. A lot of times we get caught up in the seriousness of our practice, of our spiritual practice, but it can be fun, right? Approaching it with humility. Next inhale, we'll gaze forward. Bend the knees, bring the feet all the way back to the top. Inhaling to lengthen. exhale and fold. This time, strong through the legs, that reverse swan dive as you inhale, Ardha, arms overhead, tail down. Exhale, pull back into heart center, letting this be our touchstone, our reminder. Maybe turning the corners of the mouth up towards the eyes, up towards the sky. Next inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, forward fold, bow down. Inhale, way forward, half lift. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. We'll take an inhale and plank. And then as you exhale, you could again lower knees, chest, and chin, all the way back to belly, or halfway into Chaturanga. Inhaling for upward facing dog or cobra, offer heart. Exhale, pull from toes, lifting hips high, navel to spine, downward facing dog. And 3 full breaths in downward facing dog. Maybe finding a little bit more depth in the breath, in this shape, as you steady gaze. Keeping awareness tied. Down dog. Inhale, let's float your right leg high, 3-legged downward facing dog. Pressing hands to heel, 1 long line. As you exhale, round in, knee to nose, press the earth away, land the foot between the hands, drop your left knee to the earth. Coming into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. You can slide hands to top thigh. You could reach the arms all the way up towards the sky, but finding that sweet spot of lunging forward and backing off. So there's some hugging through the legs, lifting and lengthening from the side body all the way out of the fingertips. Good, we'll take 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the hands down, straighten your front leg. Inhale for a half lift. You may need to slide that front foot forward. And then as you exhale, bow. Ardha, Minasan, half split pose. Pulling that right hip back, left hip a little forward. Breathing into the belly of that right hamstring. Good. Tucking the back toes. On an inhale, we're going to rebend that front knee. Step into standing splits, top of the mat, left leg reaches. It doesn't matter how high you lift this left leg. Just finding some length out of the toes. You can keep the hips squared, or you could even stack more like a half moon pose. Whatever feels good in your body, your place of exploration and of play. Just being curious of sensation. Next exhale, little bend to that right knee. Let's step the left foot back, land to the ball of the foot. Inhale, float the arms overhead, high crescent lunge. Fingers reaching. Really bending into that front knee, lifting the back of the left thigh up towards the sky. Tail is turning down. We'll take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, let's take a twist to the right side. I'm going to give you some options. Arms can go wide, left arm forward, right arm back, or hands can come together at heart center, left arm outside of right thigh. Hug the outer hips into midline. Keep that charge of the legs. And then twisting from the base of the spine all the way out of the crown. Next, exhale, gaze down. Stay twisted wherever you are. We're going to step that left foot up to meet the right, coming into twisted chair. Keeping the knees in line, sit the hips back and down. Next inhale, we'll unwind, float the arms overhead, big breath. As you exhale, brush the arms back like airplane wings, lower hover the chest, maybe sit a little bit deeper into the legs. And then as you inhale, stand into that right leg, hug the left knee into chest, reach the arms overhead, crane pose. As you exhale, fly back, warrior 3. Wherever the arms want to be, you can always keep a little bend to that front knee, that right knee. Lift that left inner thigh up towards the sky. Take 1 more inhale here. As you exhale, little bend to right knee, step the left foot back, ground through the heel. Inhale, arms overhead, warrior 1. Virabhadrasana A. And letting that left thigh bone pull back. I'll take 1 more inhale, moving pretty swiftly today. As you exhale, interweave the hands behind the back. Inhale, open the heart, lift. Maybe you even straighten that front leg. Exhale, we'll rebend and bow, humble warrior. Dropping your right shoulder inside of right thigh. Hug that outer right hip into midline. And then like it's reaching back towards that left heel. Let the head be heavy. One more full cycle of breath. Next inhale, release the hands to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left plank pose. Your way back, downward facing dog. Moving with the breath. Each shape has a breath. Carefully, purposely placing the body. Starting to really find that union of breath, body, mind, spirit. All interweaving, no separation of the layers, no separation of the experience to the experiencer. Switching sides, next inhale, left leg high. As you exhale, we'll round in. Step the foot between the hands, right knee to mat. Inhale, low lunge. So your placement of the arms. Taking one more inhale here. As you exhale, drop the hands down, straighten your front leg. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale and fold. Pulling the toes back towards the knee. And breathe. Good. Tucking the back toes. Rebend that left knee. Step in, standing splits. Right leg reaches. You could take a bind. You could walk the hands back in line with the toes, just deepening this fold. Next exhale, bending into the left knee, step the right foot back, land to the ball of the foot. Inhale to rise, high crescent lunge. Heavy in the legs, light through the upper body. Each inhale, calling in that universal experience. And then as you exhale, deepen, reground. Another inhale. And then as you exhale, take that twist to the left. You have those options of arms open or hands to heart center, arm to thigh. Leading here from tail to soft palate of the mouth, all the way out of the crown. Good, you can gaze down here, stay twisted. Step the right foot up to meet the left twisted chair, Utkatasana. Good, keep that wrapping around the central axis of the body. Next inhale, we'll unwind, arms reach. As you exhale, brush the arms back, lower, hover, sit a little bit deeper, sink. And then as you inhale, standing into the left leg, right knee pulls into chest crane pose. As you exhale, slide back, warrior 3. You can always take the fingertips to the earth here underneath the shoulders. A little bend to that left knee. Let the right foot meet, ground the heel. Inhale, arms reach, warrior 1. Maybe the palm of the hands come together. Press back and down through that right foot. Next exhale, interweave the hands behind the back. Inhale, open through the front side, lift. Exhale, rebend and bow, humble. Just leaning into pose. Next inhale, hands either side of that front foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right, plank pose. Take an inhale and plank. As you exhale, go or flow, downward facing dog. And we'll pause. Maybe here, maybe in child's pose or a kneeling position, wherever you can receive. Receive, receive, receive. Maybe a clearing breath if you need that release of heat. Big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. From down dog, let's gaze forward to the hands, ground through the full palms, bring the big toes together, big toes to touch. We're gonna move through some jumps of joy. So bending the knees, you can even splay the knees wide. And then we're just gonna shift weight into the hands. Maybe lift those hips and tap the toes. Right, maybe you're just here, taking a couple little bounces. The feet may not lift far from the earth, and that's okay. Right, maybe the hips get high. Maybe you find that stacking over the wrist. Right, jumping for joy and gratitude of our relationships, our connections, for the interwebs, for nature. Good, and then when you're ready, we're gonna land at the top of the mat, feet between the hands. Inhale, lengthen forward halfway. Exhale and fold. Coming back into chair pose, bend the knees. Inhale, arms reach. Good, as you exhale, brushing the arms back, lower hover. Inhale, step into that right leg, left knee into chest, crane pose. Exhale, slide it back, warrior three, glide the body through space. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bending into your right knee, left foot meets, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, interweave the hands. Maybe you take that more awkward crossing. Inhale to open. Exhale and fold, humble warrior. Good, releasing your bind. Next inhale, rise, opening into warrior two to the left side of your mat. Spread through the wings, reaching fingers to fingers, and opposite ways. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, side angle. Maybe that right forearm just comes to thigh. If you want to go deeper, hand can meet the earth inside or outside of that front foot. Maybe to a block or a book. Lengthen down that left side body, knife edge of that foot all the way out of front fingertips. Next inhale, we'll rise. Reverse your warrior, right arm up and over. Keep tracking that front knee forward, same direction as the toes. And as you exhale, circle the hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Down dog again, those jumps for joy. What are you jumping for? Pin the knees. Maybe you shout it out. Jumping for my kids, for my stable home, for nutritious food, for our community. Good, landing all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, we'll lengthen forward. Exhale and bow. Again, bending the knees. Inhale, arms overhead. As you exhale, arms go back. Inhale, stepping into that left leg, right knee into chest. Exhale, slide it back, warrior three. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bending into your left knee, right foot meets. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A, warrior one. Exhale, interweave the hands behind. Inhale to open through the front side. Exhale and fold. Just drawing with these lines of energy, moving through the body. Good. Next inhale, we'll open warrior two. I'm going to face to the right side, so having my back to you. Arms go wide. Just a different view here. Take another inhale, and then as you exhale, hinge forward, side angle. All right, your variation. The side may even look different than the other. Our bodies are different from right to left. So lean into sensation. Stay into that inner body wisdom, knowing with that intuition where you need to be placed. Just shape-shifting. Next inhale, start to rise. Reverse your warrior. Left arm up and over. Full lean. Opening through that left rib cage. Staying abundant with the breath. Next exhale, give back to mat. Downward facing dog. cycle of breath in downward facing dog. Good. Next exhale, start to walk the hands back to the feet, coming to the back of the mat. Letting the feet be inner hip width distance apart. Taking peace fingers to big toes. On an inhale, lengthen forward. Bend the knees as needed to make this shape happen. As you exhale, bow down and fold. Let the elbows splay wide. Create some space here between the ears and the shoulders, so letting the shoulder blades lift up towards the waist. Spread through the seat. Contract through the thighs. And breathe. Feeling into that vitality, that prana, that life force energy. Full ripples through the body. Next inhale, lengthen forward. As you exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way to stand. I'm super sweaty. Hope you guys are too. Feeling the heat, bring it on. Feels so good. Let's walk all the way to the top of the mat. Coming back into Samastiti or Tadasana. Just take a moment, let the palm of the hand slip forward, close the eyes. Right, taking up space with that intention, with your presence. We'll blink open the eyes. Ground down through that right foot, right side. Hug the left knee into the chest. We're going to take the left hand to that left shin. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. So we're going to take an inhale. We're moving into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So just a different way from lifted up right to going wide. So start to expand the body. Swing that left leg out to the side. Start to kick the leg into the hand. Reach forward with the right fingertips. And when you can hold on any longer, then release the leg, opening wide. Right, this left hand can come to heart. You can take the left fingertips out in front of the right, more for a left side body stretch. Maybe arm to sky. Press back through that left foot, so that left leg is just as strong as your standing leg, just as strong as your right. Good, we'll take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, we're going to step back into triangle pose. So bend to the right knee, left foot back, and then just bloom open through the upper body. Long through that bottom side. Little sway of the hips, arms are still open wide. And we'll take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, square the hips and shoulders out over that right leg. Reach the arms back like airplane wings. It's like a half pyramid pose. And breathe. Reach back through the tail, forward through the crown. One more inhale. As you exhale, drop the hands down and fold. You can bump in that back foot. Now for that full pyramid bow, crown to toes. Next inhale, lengthen forward halfway. Bump that back foot. Moving into Dragonfly and open twist. Left hand down, right arm reaches high. So twisting to that front thigh. Hug that outer right hip into the left inner thigh. Full squeeze. Moving into side plank, Vashisthasana. You can drop that left knee down. Step the right foot back. Maybe stack or stagger the feet. You can even float that right leg high. Turning the crease of that left elbow forward. Good, one more inhale. Exhale for plank pose. We'll take an inhale in plank. Exhale your way, downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath in down dog. Big inhale, fill the lungs. Open the mouth, exhale to empty. Close the mouth, come back into that ujjayi, full pumping. When you're ready, exhale, walk the hands back to the feet. This time we're going to take the palm of the hands to the soles. So lifting the feet, slide the hands underneath. Letting the toes come to the inner crease of the wrist. Take an inhale for that lift. Exhale and fold. So literally standing on the hands. You can even wiggle the toes. Give your hands, your wrists some love, a little massage. Next inhale, lengthen forward. Release the hands from the feet. We'll take hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way to stand. And taking a walk to the top of the mat. Take a pause. Back into the beating of the heart. How the air fills your container and leaves your container. And the delight of just being. There's joy in just breathing. It's our birthright. Blinking open the eyes. We're going to switch sides. Grounding down through that left leg. Again, hug the right knee into the chest. Right hand to right shin. Reach that left arm up and overhead. Steady gaze. Find that focal point, your drishti. And then we begin to open that right leg wide, moving into half moon. Taking your time. Release when you can no longer hold. You're ready for that right leg to extend. Getting expansive, really radiating from the center of the body. One more inhale. And as you exhale, stepping back, landing into Trikonasana, slide that left hand up the left leg, reaching the right arm high. Maybe you gaze up towards the sky. Passing evenly through the inner edge, the inside of that left leg, left foot. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, square the hips and shoulders, turn forward, arms reach back. That pyramid pose. Find your strength. Hug in through the feet. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release. Hands go down. Maybe you bump in that back foot. Another half lift. Exhale and lower. And another inhale, crown forward. Step that right foot back, dragonfly. Ground through the right hand. Inhale, left arm to sky. So lunging through the legs. Wide through the collarbones. Moving into side plank on that right side. Wherever you want to go here. Maybe giving yourself that smile. Lifting through the corners of the mouth. Sending that wave to the heart, to the belly, to the brain. Next exhale, coming into plank pose. We'll take an inhale and plank. And as you exhale your way back, downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, let's gaze forward, bend the knees, walk the feet to the hands. Coming all the way down to your seat and to your back, hugging the knees into the chest. Starting to slow our roll. Keeping that right knee hugged in, extend the left leg forward. If you have a strap, a towel, a t-shirt, if you can't completely bind right hand to right foot, then maybe you want to grab it. Extending that right leg up towards the sky. We're going to take the hands to the low leg, point the toes, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lift the leg to the head to the leg. Just crunching, hugging around your center. Good. Next inhale, release. In right hand, either wrapping your towel around the right foot, right hand to the towel, or peace fingers to big toe. Left hand to anchor down the left hip. We'll take an inhale. And then as you exhale, start to open that right leg to the right. So an external rotation of the hip. Most likely that right leg is not going to meet the earth. Reach through the heel, and then the top of the thigh is hugging back into the hip socket. The toes are reaching towards the back of the mat. So giving the leg a little pull. Next inhale, reach that right leg back up to the sky. Switching your grip, either left hand to the knife edge of the right foot, or you can bend the knee, hand to outer leg. Start to roll all the way onto that outer left hip, taking a twist. If it feels good to gaze to the right side, you can go there as well, just keeping a little tuck of the chin in towards the shoulder. Maybe you start to slow the breath. Let go of that ujjayi. Add a little tone to belly. Inhale, come back into center. Give that right knee one more little squeeze. Hug the left knee in to meet. And then we're switching sides. Right leg extends forward. Extend the left leg up to the sky. And that bind to the low leg, point the toes. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lift forehead to shin, shin to forehead. Staying slightly active in that right leg. Toes lifting up towards the ceiling. Next inhale, we'll release. Again, either hand to towel or peace fingers to big toes. Right hand to right hip. Take an in-breath. And then as you exhale, begin to open. Passing through both heels. And breathe. Allowing the body to just be. Breath still fluid, even though we're holding these more static shapes. Slowing into our yin. Next inhale, we'll rise. Switching your grip, opposite hand to opposite foot or leg, and then take that twist, rolling all the way onto that outer right hip. Good. One more full breath. And little tone to belly. Inhale, come back through center. And giving the left knee another squeeze. Hug that right knee into meet. From here, we'll set the soles of the feet to the earth. Feet hip-width distance apart. Moving through 2 rounds of back bending. We'll start with bridge. Arms go down. Fingers are grazing or reaching towards the heels. On an inhale, press into the feet. Lengthen the tail to the knees. Lift the hips to the sky. Keeping the chin into the chest, you can walk onto the shoulders. Again, interlace the fingers. Reaching the fist forward. Letting the inner thighs roll down to the ground, deepening through the inner groin. Breathe into the belly. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, let it go. Giving back to the mat. Take a pause. Full wash of breath. Moving moving into that second round. You can stay with bridge. Of course, if wheel, Ardha, Dhanurasana is part of your practice, you're more than welcome to go there. Pressing in, inhale to lift. Bringing the heart closer to the throat. Third eye to sky. Crown behind. Pressing into the back of the arms. Taking one more inhale. And exhale to let go. Taking a pause without that force of the knees into the chest, just let the low back reset. And then if you'd like, you could give yourself another hug in. Moving into Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees open wide. Heavy, heavy. Melting the body, giving into the earth's embrace. Stay right where you are. If you're ready, moving into Shavasana, extending the legs forward. Lying flat on the back. Letting the palm of the hands open, that gesture of receiving. Taking a full body scan from the toes to the crown of the head. And just giving into the offering of the practice. Letting go of any control, breath or body. And I encourage you to stay in Shavasana minimum of 3 minutes. The longer the better. I'm going to move through the sound of Om, just taking in the vibration, letting it penetrate beyond the skin into every cell of your body. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.